I think remaining calm under pressure is always like my go-to. Things are going to be chaotic. Things are going to go wrong. One kid's going to oversleep. This one, there's always things that are going to go. And I think that's how I just maintain my composure. I just handle it step by step and just kind of try to remain calm through it.
Hey there, hot messes. Welcome to Success of a Hot Mess, where we celebrate the art of juggling life's chaos and coming out on top. I'm Stacey Isaacs, your host and resident rock star lawyer, dance mom, and survivor. We're going to dive into candid conversations about conquering challenges, embracing our unique selves, and finding success in the beautiful mess of it all. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Today we have Nicole Stender with In-House Creative. Nicole, before we get into actually really talking, I want to ask you 5 questions, okay? What's the first concert you ever went to?
New Kids on the Block.
You are the second person today to say that.
Our generation, I guess.
Yeah. Was that like the Taylor Swift of that time?
I think so. I remember dying to go. I was in the 5th grade and I remember expecting it to be this like personal experience we were like last row of like Joe Robbie Stadium at the time in Miami. And yeah.
Did your parents take you?
Yes, I went with a friend and my mom and her dad. Yeah.
That's fun. What do you most remember about that show?
Just how tiny we were compared, I was expecting like a small little venue where we got to see them. I guess the first concert that meant the most to me was the first concert I went to myself, like with friends as a teenager. Bush, do you remember Bush?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I loved Gavin Rossdale.
I know. He's awesome.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you went to the Bush concert?
Probably 16, 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
Someone Like You by Adele. I'm really like an Adele addict, so I think that would be my top choice, but I guess it varies with time.
Definitely.
Like
it's hard to narrow down one song. But,
absolutely.
Do you like Adele pre-weight loss?
Actually, I have a little bit of a bone to pick with her because we got tickets to that show in Vegas. And that was like a big deal. We were so excited to go and she canceled the whole thing. So I guess I like her pre.
Why'd she cancel it?
She said she was having issues with pulling vendors together and things because of COVID at the time. But then it came out that really she broke up with her boyfriend. I'm not really sure why she canceled it, but she did.
Did you get refunded at least?
Eventually.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I do love her. I love her voice.
Too.
She's very, very talented.
Yeah.
Nicole, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Paris, 1,000%.
Really? Why Paris?
I don't know if you've ever had that feeling when you're somewhere that just have like this kindred connection, like maybe you lived there in a past life. I don't speak the language. I just feel like I know my way. I feel at home. I feel inspired. I feel like that's just where I'm supposed to be. And it speaks to my heart. It like visually, like the food, every component of like the culture and just the city. I could definitely live there.
How many times have you been there?
Maybe 4 or 5.
Oh, wow. I'm going for the first time actually in 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
So any tips you can give?
I will give you a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that you can't wear colors there. So
right. I'm in my Paris attire.
Right. Me too, kind of. So yeah, I'll get some tips from you on that. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl. Yeah.
What are you doing late at night?
Design presentations, scrolling on my phone, not sleeping, Netflixing, like laundry, a million and one things, but not sleeping.
Okay, got it. What's your biggest fear or phobia?
Phobia, I know for sure. I have a very strange aversion to mayonnaise, like cannot see it, cannot be near it. It absolutely disgusts me. The consistency,
I can't believe you're saying that because anyone who knows me knows I can't even have unfortunately, I like tuna fish, but I can't have it because it's in there. Yeah. Even if I can't taste it,
about
it. It's and all it is, I think, is like egg whites, but I hate it too.
There's something of I think my mom used to put it on my sandwiches and I just didn't like it and I would tell her not to and then she would do it anyway. And I don't know, I cannot eat it.
I'm with you on that. And watching other people eat it.
Ooh, the French fries. Ooh, that's one thing in Paris I can't do. They do that.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch out with those menus.
Watch out.
And they disguise it and call it aioli. And
Oh, no. I know all about aioli. No aioli for me.
It's just mayo with a fancy name.
Oh, no.
All right. So Nicole, I know that you are a busy mom. You're also a business owner. How do you manage all of it and keep your sanity?
I think remaining calm under pressure is always like my go-to. Things are going to be chaotic. Things are going to go wrong. One kid's going to oversleep. This one, there's always things that are going to go. And I think that's how I just maintain my composure. I just handle it step by step and just kind of try to remain calm through it.
Take me through your path to interior design. How did you get into this?
Yeah, I always wanted a creative path in life. I studied advertising in school and I worked in advertising agencies to begin with. I was in account service, so kind of learned how to manage a business and speak with clients and all of that. And I was still craving more autonomy and creativity in my line of work. I switched over to like marketing, promotions and events and things like that. And that really didn't work for me either, especially once I had kids, because I was traveling. It was a lot of nights. It was just didn't fit my lifestyle. So I was kind of searching for something else, like what else could I do? And to be honest, it was a passion of mine that as a career fell in my lap. I was on maternity leave at the time, and a woman at my daughter's preschool had a flood in her home and needed help. She knew I was good at it. I did my own house and, she knew I loved it. And she asked me, she's like, I work full time. Can you do this for me? I don't know how to do it. And I did that. And then somebody else asked me, I'm like, oh, people want to pay me. Like, I need to like make this a business. Like, and it kind of happened like that. I don't know that if I went out to do it on my own, it could have happened just so organically. Like it really, I gave myself the time to really approach it like a very part-time business for a while and really get my footing, understand the area, get my vendors lined up. I was patient with myself as I developed it over time. And from now, now we're full-time. I have a business partner. We've delegated from there. And that's another strength too, is, I get to stay in my lane of what I love to do, which is design and what I can do best. And I have somebody that does the things that she does best, and like we can divide and conquer and really succeed in that way.
So did you ever do interior design for somebody else, or did you just go right out on your own?
I took some courses and I got certified as a decorator. So I'm actually not an interior designer, but that really the most valuable, I think really most jobs are like this. The most valuable learning that I had was on site, like learning by doing. And especially with this line of work, you don't want to repeat twice. There's always new learnings. There's always a different way to do it. There's always a new, technique, a new material, a new, so I'm constantly trying to learn and be exposed to different things. And I love that. So it works for me in how I grew the business, always trying new things.
So as an entrepreneur and, you had the business for yourself, what prompted you to bring in a partner? Was there some obstacle? Was it a time management thing? What was it?
Yeah, I really do think I started to realize this isn't a hobby. This is a real business. And if I want to be successful, I need to focus on what I'm best at and find somebody, align with someone that really wants to grow this business and can really look at it as a true business and where we can make money and where we can get clients and where we can, find relationships. And there's not infinite amount of time. And I really just found those efficiencies. And that's been a huge strength, is that divide and conquer mentality. Even in my home life, as you know, as a co-parent, that divide and conquer, to have somebody to, help and share the load. And, that is, I think, the beauty of my business. It's like, I don't have to carry it alone. And not only that, I get to do what I love and what I'm best at. So I feel more fulfilled at the end of every day. I feel like I'm learning and growing and giving my clients the best service and work that they can, and when things go wrong or things go really right, we can celebrate together or we can like commiserate together and figure it out. There's always solutions to be had. It really just helps in every aspect of working to have somebody to lean on and, share it with.
So on the personal front in your household, because I know you've got 2 girls, I totally get it. They have their hobbies, you have your business. Do you have some sort of schedule, a structure, or is it like a day by day, fly by the seat of your pants?
It's a little bit of both. I think, I love the name of your podcast because I do think when you sign up to be a mother, like you're kind of like signing, I'm a hot mess. Like, it's going to be messy. There's going to be throw up and, whatever else happens, it's just a crazy experience that you can't truly predict. But at the same time, I like a little structure, like wake up times and, routines in the morning, like breakfast on the counter here and, backpacks are here. And, a little bit of order and structure goes a long way. In terms of like our afternoons, it's a little bit of both. I mean, if they have like a dance or a cheer class or whatever it is, they're there. They're there on time. They're there to work. They're there to have fun. And then when they come home, like they know they have dinner, they have, their homework, like, they need to be showered by 9, like that sort of stuff. Like I do like that because I like some order but at the same time, on the days that they don't, I'm perfectly happy having their friends over. And if a few of them stay for dinner and it's loud and, messy and whatever else happens, I do view that as a sign of my success. Like wallpaper books everywhere and I'm working in the kitchen and the kids are upstairs and they're running up and down and like dinner's like, on the counter. Like it just, I like that loud, crazy, chaotic home sometimes. And that's a beautiful life to me, so I think it's a little bit of both. You have to like enjoy that they are their own beings and their own people with their own life. And you're all sharing space together. But I don't know. I enjoy all of it. Like the messiness, the things that go wrong, it's fine. All of it. Fine.
So for someone who might be listening, who wants to start her own business or his, if he's listening, but they have little kids and obligations or maybe elderly parents. I know like I'm dealing with that now, in addition to my 2 daughters, and I'm singing in a band and I'm running a law firm. It's a lot. I'm a hot mess and I don't look like this generally running around my house. But for someone who does want that part of their life, they want to be a business owner, what tip can you give on how they can?
I would say first and foremost, be brave. It's scary in the beginning. You don't know what you're doing. Like what's step 1? So I would say make a list of like the fears or whatever you think you're gonna, you're gonna fail. Yeah, there's gonna be times things go wrong and you gotta like do the right thing and go out of pocket or, like there's times where it's scary and you don't know what to do. So you call and you get advice, like I just think if you truly want to do something, you have to be brave enough to try and not scared of like the rejection or the judgment or any of the scary stuff that comes with it. And you just got to keep trying. And I think also being patient that you're not going to be successful overnight. So if that means you need another income while you're building your dream, fine. You have to accept that too. And it takes time. It really, it's not going to be overnight, and enjoy that journey. Like be forgiving of yourself that if you're not where you want to be after year 1 or year 2 or whatever it is, it takes time. But on the back end, I would say, because I'm still growing, I'm not going to, but if I look back, I started this 10 years ago. It's crazy to think like that, but I really did. I wouldn't have assumed it would grow into something like I have now. You never know what time and, perseverance can do. So I don't know. I would definitely encourage anyone that has something that they love that doesn't feel like a 9 to 5 where that's something that really they can like create for themselves. Absolutely. That's the dream.
And you're able to do your work. I know you said you're a night owl, so you can like
do my best work from bed. So if once the kids are in bed or whatever, and I get back on, I'm constantly like revising and adding, and especially the night before a presentation, I'm editing and adding things and switching things around. I like that. I'm so much better like closing it at the end of the night, even if it's like 2 a.m, rather than waking up super early. I wouldn't be able to sleep if it wasn't finished, So I wouldn't say I do that every night, but there's definitely times, even with my timeshare with my kids, like if there's days where I have them in the afternoon, I'll cut my day shorter and use that to my advantage. On the times where I don't see them that day, I will work a 12-hour day and it feels great, So I guess everybody has their own, level of flexibility, So I use what works for me and what's available, like that, that resource of time when I can is what I do, but definitely late at night is a lot of it.
So what do you do for self-care?
That's something I'm lacking a lot. I put myself last most of the time. So even today, I hadn't gotten Botox in 6 months and I really wanted to go, but I had my appointment today. But it's okay. I want to be here.
I ruined your But you could have had bruising and then that one.
Yeah, no, I'll reschedule it next week. I do the same thing with doctor's appointments. I'll reschedule mine a bunch of times. Things always pop up. I could do better, but at the same time, isn't it great? Like, I'm so grateful. Like, I really can't meet friends for lunch very often, maybe once a month, but like, that's because I'm so freaking busy. I'm with clients. Yeah. I'm working on something. Like, I'm really distracted during the day. That's like really where I need to be. So I don't have that time a lot of the time. I mean, I do get time off from my kids and I have fun. I'll go out to dinner or things like that on my free time. But for myself, I need to be better. And that's definitely a place I need to focus.
Is there anyone that you do lean on? It could be like your mom or your fiance, like cannot be in, 2 places at once. You can't be picking up Chloe and Simone at the same time.
Right.
Who's that go-to? Or is it
I guess I have a few, truly. Like in business, Stacey Troy, my business partner, she is like the other half of my brain. And without her, I wouldn't have this business at all. Ryan, their dad, is an amazing father. And I'm like, oh man, like my car won't start. He's there, or we'll figure it out. And then between, Eric and that's my fiance, and Leanne, his girlfriend, we have like so many resources. Then friends too, I mean, I've really learned not to be shy about saying like, hey, I need help with this. Like, can you pick up for me, or because I know I'm always willing to say yes. I'd love to say yes. So I think that's also really important when you're a mom, especially a working mom. Like, don't be shy to ask for help when you need it, and then lend the helping hand when you're available. You got to use what's around you. Be resourceful.
Yeah, and on a personal level, I know when I could not get to the school by 2:45 because of my business, you would take my daughter to dance. So
right.
It really does take a village.
And as a single mom, Chloe was only like maybe 8 or 9 at that time. She would be sleeping by the time they got home from dance class. It was like 9:30. I don't even remember. And I couldn't have her out in the car that late. So you saved me, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But you can have it all. The business, the relationship,
embrace the mess.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you so much. One more time, what is the name of your company and how can people reach you if they want your decorator services?
The name of the company is In-House Creative. My name's Nicole Stender, and I guess via cell.
And what's your Instagram?
in.house.creative.
Okay, you made that nice and complicated.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Success of a Hot Mess. If you loved what you heard today, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a beat. And hey, sharing is caring. Share this podcast with your friends, family, and anyone who could use a dose of inspiration. Until next time, keep rocking those hot mess moments with style and grace. Cheers.